Yeah, the Kings win 124-111. Welcome to the CK postgame show, CK podcast here on the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. I'm your host, Leo Biaz. The Kings 124-111. De'Aaron Fox went into this game as the best basketball player out of both teams, and he showed it. Okay, he showed why he was the best basketball player overall going into this game. 36 huge points today and a huge W to help his team improve to 3-0 in this really exciting in-season tournament. I know a lot of people hated it. I told you guys from the very beginning it was a spectacular, amazing idea, and now it's coming to fruition. Now people are understanding what I said, that games in November actually mean something now. You put an extra I don't know how to like the fire, like when you're grilling stuff. Like you put the extra emphasis on these games to try even harder during football season. I mean, right now, Black Friday, we had a game today, Dolphins, Jets, right? All the attention's there. Thanksgiving games, Sunday games. This is football season. The NBA had to do something to bring more attention to basketball fans, like true purists will watch the games, right? It's the others that wait until late December, early January when they start watching basketball games. This tournament has generated a lot of buzz, lots of highlights on social media, lots of very good, exciting games, and the Kings improved to 3-0. Great stuff there. I think they're going to make it all the way to Vegas to the championship. That's just me, though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys like this video. Huge shout out to Medici, Sacramento as well. Right across the Golden One Center. Best pizza in Sacramento, Neapolitan style. Amazing staff. Amazing ownership. Make sure you guys tell them the Cowbell Kingdom sent you guys and support all your local businesses around that area and really all over Sacramento, man. Huge shout out also to Butcher and Barrel. Literally right next to the ice rink across Medici as well, close to the Golden One Center, like 10 steps away from the Golden One Center. Amazing A1 steak, man. Great steakhouse. Again, great ownership as well. Support your local businesses. Let's talk about this game, yo. I heard a lot of noise, and I apologize for not going live the last two games, okay? Family stuff, Thanksgiving. I have baby Leo. Wife, all that good stuff. Okay, Thanksgiving was great. I hope you guys had a great time yesterday with your loved ones. Hope you guys stuffed each other with a lot of turkey and lots of great side dishes and all that great stuff. The Pelicans game was concerning going into it because I told you guys that the Kings did not match up well with them, okay? And a lot of people confused, like, oh, well, if they don't match up well with the Pelicans, they're not going to match up well with the Timberwolves. But the reality is, if you truly look at how these rosters are constructed, and if you actually watch these games, and I'm still confused on why the Timberwolves are so good, at least early on in the season, is they're running two centers in a modern NBA day where you need spacing for a guy like Anthony Edwards, for a guy like De'Aaron Fox, which is why I keep telling people, stop asking for this magical five that's not going to come to the Kings. There are only two centers better than Domantas Sabonis, and that is Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. Those two players are not coming to Sacramento, okay? There is nobody that's a center that's realistic. At least I can't think of a realistic center that fits this particular system with the Kings. You need space, you need shooting. What you need, and I've always said, is defensive versatility on the wing position. You need those 6'8", 6'9" guys with 7'3", 7'4" wingspans. That's what you need, not a center to play next to Sabonis. They have that in McGee. He only plays less than 10 minutes a game for a very, very good reason, okay? So please stop messaging me. Stop saying, well, we need a center to help. No, you don't. No, you don't. You need Harrison Barnes to play like tonight. You need defensive wings to crash the boards the way Keegan Murray was doing before his injury. That's what you need, okay? You don't need a damn center to play next to him and play big minutes. You need a center to spare him 10 to 12 minutes a night, because we understand that the Kings are best when Sabonis is playing the 5. Whether you like it or not, this is the way the Kings are constructed. Going back to my point about the Pelicans, there's a difference between me saying I think they're a nightmare matchup for the Kings and then me not being worried about the Timberwolves, especially when their best defender is out and McDaniels. I mean, that's the true key to all this, right? I mean, he's such a good defender that he always gives the Kings trouble, and he makes De'Aaron Fox work for his stuff. Tonight, 36 points. It was truly nobody on the court that could really guard him or give him any fits, right? I mean, some people can say that, what's his name? Alexander could give him some fits, a little bit, but not the way McDaniels has in the past. And when you truly see the Timberwolves construction, I'm just like, they got Karl Anthony Towns chasing HB off of DHOs. He's chasing Kevin Huerter, and I'm like, that's a center, bro. Like, he's not a power forward. I don't care what people say. He is too slow, too lethargic to be running around chasing dudes, getting in foul trouble, or being put in bad positions to succeed defensively. He's already a bad defender as it is. And when I see that, I'm like, how are they winning these all these games? How are they undefeated? I do not understand it. Yes, they could have shot the ball better. It doesn't matter. It comes down to defensive versatility. Without McDaniels and putting two centers together, a center who is just awful offensively, and Rudy got me, geez Louise, that guy sucks on offense. He has no post moves, not even one 10 years into his career. That is embarrassing, by the way. But how the hell are they undefeated? I mean, at home and the number one seed in the West. Again, it's not even 25 games. I understand that. And they'll be in all year long. But to me, that just doesn't work. And I saw all these tweets going into this game. We'll see in year 2. Like, no, it doesn't. It does not work because Rudy Gobert doesn't lend itself for it to work. You need Rudy Gobert to actually be aggressive and be good offensively. He is neither of those two things. So when I saw the matchup, I saw the +4.5, +4. I don't know which. I mean, I hit that hard. I was like, dude, like, they're trying to trick us to think that they're going to beat the Kings. Like, they're not. They're a good team, but the NBA is based on matchups, okay? The Kings are not. The Kings are a nightmare of a matchup for the Wolves. The Pelicans are a nightmare matchup for the Kings. The Kings are a nightmare matchup for the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is literally all about matchups. This is all about matchups. The Kings don't have the defensive versatility on the wing to guard a guy like Zion, even though they allowed the mother hover to, like, literally run people over like he's a fullback or something like that. That's fine. I don't like the matchup for the Kings in a 7-game series. Big if they stay healthy. That's just me. That's my opinion on the Pelicans. I think they're solid. I think when it's all said and done, if they stay healthy, CJ's not even playing yet. All those shots that they missed against the Kings, guess who's taking those open shots? CJ is. And I tell you what, that's a dangerous-ass threat to be shooting open threes like that because people are going to bring the double against Zion. People are going to bring double against BI at times. That's all I'm saying, though. Okay? Like, we have to be realistic and think about, okay, what can the Kings do to try and compete against these teams where they have the advantage in certain places? That's the goal. Like, that's the job of a GM to try and bulletproof your team, right? Going into the playoffs. And what's his name? On Twitter, last game against the Pelicans. Why are we talking playoffs? Well, we talking playoffs because the Kings are good. Like, we should be talking playoffs. When the Kings are bad, we should never be talking playoffs, but we should always look forward and try to think, okay, when this issue presents itself once again, which it will, how can they combat that? How can they adjust to all these weaknesses that the Kings do have? Obviously, they have a lot of strengths, right? And they showed that in the second half against the Pelicans, and obviously they showed that all game tonight. And they really should have blown them out even more, but the refs really helped the T-Wolves make the comeback. But at the end of the day, as I said, the Kings would find a way to win this game, and the best way of doing it is by eliminating the refs from having any say in crunch time calls because, as we all know, they don't really go much in favor of the Kings. So you got to eliminate those, zebras out of the way to win these type of games in hostile environments and environments that, again, they were undefeated. I don't know why, but they were undefeated. And to me, I just question, and I'm gonna go over who the hell they've played, why teams don't attack Cat the way that HB and how Mike Brown had the whole game plan today. I really don't understand it. Like, I really don't. And HB is a mid player. And I'm being truthful, and I say it in the most respectful way. If HB is busting your ass, I can't imagine someone else that's same level or better, and there are a lot of better players than him at that position, not busting Cat's ass. Like, it makes no sense to me. But yet again, I have to look at the schedule and see who they've played and if those guys played when they faced the T-Wolves. Let me know in the comments below, man, what you guys think. What was your biggest takeaway? Let's talk about it. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Helps out a lot. What a time to be alive, man. Mitch, what's up, bro? What's up, brother? Fox missed some bunnies. He normally could have had 45-50. I mean, yeah, but I'm happy with it, though. I'm definitely happy with it. Kings fan needs to bring the house down Tuesday night as we good game for everyone. I mean, again, Tuesday night, it's going to be fun just because Draymond's coming back. But the reality is, as I said earlier, man, I'm not worried about the Warriors. And I get it. They haven't had, in theory, much success. But again, last game was really a fluke loss. We all know that to be true, okay? Like, Klay going to hit 2 out of 10. 1 out of 10, really. Like this version of Klay. He's not Klay of old. He's not Klay in his prime. I would take that 10 out of 10 times. Take the ball out of Steph's hand and just, let anybody else beat you. That's fine. They have struggled since that moment, though. And this is why, the Warriors aren't that good. The Warriors aren't that good. And yet, they started off so hot. And I'm like, bro, give it at least 20 games, man. That's how some teams start off. It's just super hot, but I personally think they're in trouble. They got to make a move. And Tuesday night, the Kings are going to beat them. And it's going to be fun to see that in person because we know that the Kings are going to be locked in. We know the Warriors are going to be locked in because they got a lot to prove, especially the way they've lost all these games as of late. Okay, literally against the Suns. I watched that game. I bet the Warriors plus 12.5. They covered the game, and they had their third stringers the entire fourth quarter. They brought in Steph and Klay for 3 minutes. And in reality, they just kept their third stringers in, and they made the comeback. They brought it down to 3 or 4 points. And, they lost the game by 8. But, I mean, I covered. I didn't care. It just shows that they are just out of it already. I don't know what to think about that team. I really don't. They have talent without question. CP still on there. Obviously, it didn't help when he got thrown out. It's just stupid how that ref definitely has a personal vendetta against him. But, Wiggs isn't being the best version of himself. I just don't see how they're better than the Kings, man. This is year 2. Kings had no playoff experience. I felt like my coach was outcoached by... It's almost like the chef and the sous chef, right? At some point, Mike Brown has to overcome that and just outcoach him. He was outcoached in the playoffs, right? I felt like that's a great learning experience for him, a great learning experience for a guy like Sabonis, who didn't have the best, but again, he was also injured. He didn't have much help from Kevin Huerter and Harrison Barnes. We always talk about crashing the boards from the wing positions. He didn't get much help there, so Looney was just an unstoppable force in that paint, right? Especially when you have to understand that his role is to do those things, and Sabonis' role is a lot more complex and a lot tougher because he is an offensive hub for the Kings. So it's not the same thing. People want to isolate that situation. It's Looney against that. No, it's not. If Sabonis' job was to only rebound, I mean, it would be different, but they need him to do so many other things. So it's a lot different. And again, I don't think the Warriors are better than the Kings. I really don't. The Nuggets are better than the Kings. And I guess that, they're going through a little bit of a struggle, but that's part of missing an all-star point guard like a Jamal Murray. You know, the Pelicans to me on most nights are a nightmare matchup for the Kings because of who they have and who the Kings don't have. You know, I think the Kings are better than the Timberwolves. They showed that tonight. Um, they're better than the Rockets, even though they lost twice. They're better than the Lakers to me. I mean, I would have to. They're better than the Mavericks for sure. They're better than the Mavericks. The Kings are going to be flirting with top 3 all year long, in my opinion. So that's what I think. I mean, that's what I think. Gio says, "What do you think about Josh Giddey's new?" That's tough, man. I don't want to really talk about. That's a tough situation. Like that's bad all the way around. You know, I'm glad nobody on the Kings is doing stuff like that, or if allegedly if it's true, like that's super unfortunate. That's really disgusting. So I don't want to talk. We're talking about. I don't want to talk about Josh Giddey, bro. Like, come on, Josh Giddey, man. He's gonna be in trouble. The Thunder, talking about Thunder, or Josh Giddey Thunder, the Thunder, they're a problem. Not for the Kings, but they're a problem. Like they're solid as hell, even without him. Like they're deep, and they can, you know, if he doesn't get in trouble, probably move him and for somebody else. Like they have so many assets, like they could definitely move him. Weak side rim protection would be much better. I don't know. Obviously, yeah, like that's why you need a great defensive wing. You know, guys like Jonathan Isaacs, OGs. I understand weak side rim protection, bro. But when people say we need a 5, like give me a name not named Embiid and Jokic that's gonna play next to him. Don't say Miles Turner, because that shit didn't work. So give me a realistic name right now that the Kings can trade for. That's a 5. Like we gotta stop saying that type of stuff, man. Like it's annoying to me. Like it really is annoying to me. Yeah, I mean Jonathan Isaac, he's a realistic get for them. The Magic are playing well though. The Magic won again today. Like they're solid as hell. That's a big team right there, and he's part of their success. Like he only play. I don't know what he plays. Maybe 15 to 18 minutes a night, but he contributes. Not just not in box score. Like oh my god, great numbers. He does the little things to impact the game of basketball, and that's what the Kings need. A guy like him. Just think about it. They're playing Edwards. No disrespect to him today, right? He had a lot of shots. He was huge for the Kings, timely shots. But the fact of the matter is, if Keegan's playing, he won't get much burn, okay? You need a true 6'9" defensive specialist like a Jonathan Isaac, like an OG. Those types of players, that's what you need on this team. And if you can get a guy like that, start him and bring HB off the bench, I think that would be a great move for HB. You start him off against second unit players, you get his confidence going, and you end with HB to end games. You know, you in a way you convince him to be your Andre Iguodala, right? Like when Andre was under Mark Jackson, he didn't really want to take that role, and then when Steve Kerr, he found a way to convince him to come off the bench, which was best for that team. And look, it worked out perfectly. I think HB is in the right situation to come off your bench. I don't care if he's getting paid. I don't care what he's getting paid. It's about role optimization. It's about doing what's best for the team. Harrison Barnes off your bench would be great if you can add that defensive wing on this roster. How are you going to do it? I don't know. That's Monty's job, and that's for us to talk about and discuss and analyze. We'll see what happens, though. Ticky-tacky fouls ruin the tempo of the game, without question. I mean, it's the jobs of a ref to keep these games close. It's true. It's their job to keep this close. I mean, are you saying Cat isn't a perimeter defender? No, bro, he's not. He's not a good defender at all. Mitch says, "Love me some Sabonis, but could we please win tip at the start of the game? I know it's really nothing nothing burger, but I bet he has won maybe 2 tips the entire season. I wonder what the percentage is on that. I don't know. Are you betting the tip off or what? Twin towers don't always work. They need to complement each other. Uh, Woj just tweeted that Flip is being waived to sign overseas, leaving the 15th roster spot open. Oh, good. Oh yeah, that's the guy they got from the Clippers. Yeah, I don't really. I'll be honest. I've never watched a game that he's played, bro. I know he played some garbage minutes, but I didn't even watch those, honestly. I was there tonight. King offense floats smoothly. I was. Oh, you were there tonight. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Do you live in Minnesota? Kings played better defense on Edwards in the second half. Yes, they did. Kings better than the Rockets. Still need to show that. Come on, bro. Good. Really, they play without Fox twice. What are we saying, bro? In a 7-game series, they winning 4 games before they win 4 games. Come on, bro. Stop it. The Kings team came up huge tonight. Light the beam. Yes, sir. Yeah, people are crazy. They're not the ones just shoot out their mouth. I like Jeremy Grant for the Kings. I mean, I do too. He's definitely an upgrade. I think he's way overpaid, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to upgrade and just go for it, right? Does he make you, like, is he the missing piece? I still question that in terms of levels of, like, of a player of his caliber. Like, how much does he raise the floor for the Kings? He definitely raises it, but is it better than Denver at full strength? I don't think so, but it's definitely going to help. I knew they were going to win this one. You always step up on these important, unlikely to win type games. Fox taking over again. My all-time favorite King, Rob. I've been saying that we need a defensive power forward. You need a defensive wing, whether that be a 3 or a 4. I truly hate to label guys nowadays. Like I still do it just because I'm programmed to do it, because, you know, I've been watching basketball since I was like 5, 4. And it's just programmed into me and programmed into a lot of people. But it's just really a positionless league. Like, you need, I just call people wings and bigs. Like, you want a wing that's extremely versatile, that can guard 1 through 5 in a perfect scenario. Probably just, you know, 1 through 4 or 2 through 4, really. But yes, they need a defensive wing, Seabass. I love the horn action. Mike Brown ran for Fox in the second half. Need more of it against good defensive teams. I mean, Horns is good. If you go back to that final possession against the Pelicans, where, you know, Zion, I guess the refs ended up saying that it was a foul. Me personally, like, if I'm being honest, it's 50-50. I would say it wasn't a foul just because he didn't really move. Like, it's so hard, right? Like, I can see it going either way after watching it, but that second one where BI was at the rim and he literally just went up for it, and he's so long that his elbow, right, was there, and Sabonis ran into the elbow. It's not like he went into Sabonis, like, and that's what sometimes King fans are so biased about things. It's like, dude, if you flip that around and that's De'Aaron Fox going to the rack like that, it's a natural motion to bring your hand, like, when you're going for a layup, it's a natural motion to just have your opposite hand come down. And if it happens that someone runs into it, so be it. Like, that's not, and I'm glad that they called it the right way, right? And it just shows, again, the bias of, including myself and lots of Kings fans, and really each fan base will want to say, oh, he got hit. Like, no, bro. Like, he hit himself against his elbow. It's different. It was a legit basketball move. Fox does that a lot. Like, I would have been furious if Fox did the exact same thing and they called an offensive foul to decide the game. Like, I would have been livid, and we all would have been livid, right? So let's not be so biased. and give guys a benefit of the doubt, to me, that Zion thing was 50-50. But that's just me. Like, it's a bang-bang call. Sabonis is super guilty of doing shit like that all the time. Like, he doesn't set the perfect, like, that's, referees have allowed guys to move in a little bit. Like, Sabonis does that all game. I'm not here to be biased. Like, I have my biases. Obviously, we're all humans and we all love our individual teams, right? I love the Kings and I'm going to be biased at times, but I do my best to not be biased. And I'm telling you the truth. Sabonis moves in a lot. So, what does that mean, though, that they messed up the call? It doesn't really matter. They were still down by 3. And there are times where they have legitimately effed up and then they say, oh, we effed up. And what does that truly mean? Like, that means nothing, because all it shows is that you messed up and that it potentially cost you a win. Like, it's stupid to me. Like, it's like don't even give us a 2-win report for what? Like, for what? That's just me, bro. Like, again, Draymond, the biggest mover in the world. I mean, that guy moves all the time. That's how the Warriors get so many open shots. Everybody moves, though. Like, when the game's on the line, Zion's a big mother hover. Like, you're going to bounce off the dude. Like, you're not gonna move him. You know? When the game's on the line, I don't know. Like, again, you flip that. It's a DHO with Fox Sabonis. They're up 3. Exact situation. I would have been pissed if they would have called that a moving screen on Sabonis. Now, I'll be honest with you. Like, I would have been furious. And that's happened a lot. Like, where guys bounce off of Sabonis is a beast. He's an ox. I don't want games to come down to stuff like that. Like, if Harrison Barnes would have made more of a move, like, I felt like the Kings didn't talk that well on that specific possession. Like, if you know how Fox, like, eludes those screens, how Davion does a great job of, like, snaking around those screens. If I would have seen that effort, but he literally ran into him. Like, as a referee with the game on the line, I can't reward that. Same would have been if it was Fox and Sabonis. I would have been livid if they would have called offensive foul on Sabonis. And they have before, right? Like, we've seen it, but not truly with the game on the line like that. But that's just me, man. That's just me, though. Yeah, I'm here in Minnesota. 10 of the 11 home games starting Tuesday. They need at least 7. 100%, bro. The Kings, I think, have played the most road games, if I'm not mistaken. At least they're, like, if not the most, second most. The Kings are in good shape, bro. They're in good shape. No, bro. No, I'm not going there with that. We don't have any really solid 4s. No. McGee's an absolute liability when he brings the ball up the court. I know, what the hell is he doing? That's crazy. I don't even know why they let him do that. I hold my breath every time. He did some plays, solid minutes tonight for us. Was he in the plus territory tonight? So let's check that out, bro. That's funny, but me too. I'd be holding my breath all the time. Like, what are you doing? I'd be like, what are you doing, bro? He was a plus 16. Yes, he was solid. So 8 minutes again, bro. 8 to 12 minutes is what these guys are gonna get. That's why you really can't play a big with Sabonis. It's just hard to play a true big with him. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Sabonis had a really solid game, bro. Like, I don't care if he had 15 points. He literally shot 1 free throw today. 1 free throw, and he was getting fouled left and right. He was showing that aggression that we all ask for every single game, and we gotta love that, y'all. We gotta love that, bro. So that's that. Harrison Barnes, again, solid. Probably his second best game of the season, honestly, in my opinion. After the first game, this is his second best, most complete game. He attacked from the very jump. He knew that Karl Anthony Towns was barbecue chicken, and we gotta love that, man. 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 18. It's just solid, bro. Just solid. De'Aaron Fox, just superstar. 36 points in 37 minutes, man. 14 32. Not a great percentage. It doesn't matter. 3-7, excellent percentage there. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 7 boards, 12 assists. I mean, you putting up 36 points, 12 rebounds, 7 rebounds, damn near a triple double, man. You gotta love it, man. You got to love it. Only had two. He only had 2 turnovers. That's truly excellent. Kevin Huerter, he had an okay game. I mean, he was solid. 10 points, 4 of 8, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Very solid. Chris Duarte, 22 and 0 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, it wasn't terrible tonight. He had his moments defensively. It's not like he's getting smacked on defense. Like he's playing well on that end. Yeah, he fouls, but again, going back to physicality, like when you're that type of defender, you're gonna get those type of calls. Like that's just the way it is. Right? Trey Lyles was just excellent. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. He came in. He gave the Kings buckets off that bench. That's what you want. 19 minutes, 7 rebounds, impacting the game in different ways, right? Trying to supplement those Keegan Murray numbers. 9.7 boards. That's gonna get the job done. Great stuff there by Trey Lyles. Again, another good second game of the season. 2 for 2, man. That's solid. Edwards had an excellent game again today. His best game of the year, 10 points in 18 minutes, 2 or 3 from beyond the arc. I think he had hit 2 threes going into this game, so good for him. He had good moments defensively on the other Edwards tonight, which we'll talk about in a little bit. McGee was excellent right again, plus 16. He was third and plus minus today behind De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter. Davion Mitchell had he had a clutch 3-point shot there. Like it was a real good momentum shot. I felt like the first half was pretty weak from him, but I felt like he played a lot better in that second half. And that was a nasty crossover snatchback. That was nice on Naz Reid. That was nice. Malik Monk, 30 minutes tonight. 6 of 14, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 17 points. He was a plus 11. Just solid, man. That's just what he does, man. I'll say this, and I've been thinking about this. Malik Monk on a bad team will average 22 points a game at bare minimum. Like if he's getting 30 to 35 minutes a night, like a Jordan Clarkson, like he's for sure getting 22 points at worst case scenario. Like that guy is just a bucket. Like the Kings got to find a way. And again, he's most of the time, a defensive liability. But that guy's just a bucket, man. Like you just got to, and not just a bucket, but a excellent, elite playmaker. Like he impacts the game in different ways for the Kings. I don't care that he doesn't start. It's great for the bench that you have such a great threat coming off your bench, but you got to find to always give him 30 minutes a night. And there are times where he's just off, but you can't say that his passing is, like there's certain things about his game now that you're like, okay, he's not one-dimensional. He does other things to impact the game. I just feel like you just got to find ways to give him 30 minutes a night. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. And again, he's your point guard. I mean, he's Fox's backup, who can play with Fox. Like he's your point guard. He's your backup point guard. Davion's not. He's point guard, but I mean, I'm just not impressed. Rudy Gobert, just garbage. I don't care anybody. I don't care what these box scores numbers say. He's garbage on offense. He is garbage on offense, bro. Like absolute trash. Anthony Towns, 27 points, 11 rebounds. They got to play him at center, bro. Like they got to play. They cannot. I get it. They're 11-4, 7-1 at home. Is that sustainable though? Like truly, it's not like they're blowing teams out either. Like they've had some really close games. Is that? I mean, I don't care, but is that sustainable? After what I saw tonight, hell no. There's no way. Um, Again, Karl Anthony Towns, 27 points, extremely efficient. He was a -8. You know why? Because Harrison Barnes busted his ass. He was a +5. It's just the way it is, bro. Like, some people just look at, oh, well, he got 27. We had a great. No, he didn't. He was awful on defense. He gave up a lot of points tonight. Mike Conley, he was pretty bad tonight. Nickel had just a lot of good moments defensively. 6 points. He got 2 big threes, 2-7. He shot too many. He should not be shooting that many shots. Anthony Edwards, man. You would touch the guy. They would call the foul. He had the benefit of the whistle tonight. He shot 18 free throws. De'Aaron Fox shot 6. You can't tell me that he didn't draw more contact tonight. Or if not more, pretty damn similar to him. Like, it's just crazy to me how 2 stars can be on the opposite sides of the spectrum. 6 free throws compared to 18. That is wild. And then to finish with 36 points, one more point than Edwards, who was 8 of 21. Man. And then see, people want to tell me that he's better. Come on, yo. That's just crazy to me. That is just crazy to me. Troy Brown had a very good game, 10 points, 4 of 8. He's not a good shooter, but 1 of 5. But he had his moments defensively, 7 boards. He found ways to impact the game. He was a +9. I mean, yeah, like, you definitely felt that guy. Naz Reid was 9 points, man. He was a -19. He was crying a lot. He was getting his dribble picked off. Like, I'm low-key happy that they don't have Naz Reid. And I say that because so many people want to play him with Sabonis. I don't like that's just not maximizing both guys together because they're both liabilities on defense. Sabonis is a lot better defensively than Naz Reid is. Let me take that back, and I don't want to get that shit clipped. But Sabonis is actually turned into a solid defender. He's just not a rim protector, right? He's a great positional defender. He's very good vertically, but he's not one of the elite bigs defensively. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Naz Reid is for sure, to me, not even close to that level defensively. He's a nice backup big. How would he have fit on this team? I mean, if he's your backup 5, sure, but when people say, well, I'm going to play them together, I mean, he has a little bit of the Trey in him, but Trey is just a much better shooter, which is why it works when you have a Trey Lyles and Sabonis. Like, it works because he can shoot the ball and he can attack a closeout and then drive and kick. Nas can do that as well. So, I'm not sure what he got paid. I forgot. But sometimes you have to look at value contracts, right? Someone pull up what Trey got paid and what Nas got paid, and then we'll compare them. And obviously, I don't know. I mean, he's more showy, like dunks harder, I guess. But again, Trey has grown on me, bro. Like, Trey has truly grown on me. So is he that? If he's better, how much better is Nas, right? And I'm sure he gets paid more. So when you find out what that number is he, $5 to $6 million more a year better than Trey Lyles? Like, be honest about it. I don't think he is. That's just me, though. And this is coming from a Trey Lyles hater. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just being honest. Like, people change. I've changed my opinion about Trey. Trey is huge for the Kings. Like, Trey can come in and just change the ballgame for you. And he struggled defensively against the Pelicans in that first. He was awful, but that was his first game in a long time, and it's natural to be that bad defensively, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it of what we saw tonight. Really good moments to start off the game. They're up by 7 in the first quarter. Then they made their run, right? They cut the lead by 1, so they were only up by 6. The Kings just had a solid third quarter, 22 to 15. Played excellent defense. They really set the tone for the fourth. It was an even game in the fourth, right? 32-32. They won by 13. They covered the spread. They were +4, +4.5. I don't know where you got it at. I just feel like the Kings, man, they're just better than the T-Wolves. That's just my opinion, though. Again, they have 6 losses. The Wolves have 4. De'Aaron Fox missed 5 games. It has something to do with it, right? Like, that has something to do with it. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Great game tonight. Yes, sir. I put a bill on the over tonight. Good stuff there. I'm sure you hit that, right? It was 24 plus 11. What is that? 535. So 235. I'm sure it was much lower than that. So you definitely won that. That's good. Yeah, bro. Like, the fact that he shot 17 of 18, that's crazy. And he was winning like crazy, bro. We're not going there. Well, where you say you don't want label positions. Well, no, I mean, Kevin Huerter, like, to me, he's a wing. He's a wing. He's not. Last game, holy cow! I mean, he was just awful defensively. Yeah, that was so bad to watch him play defense last game. I mean, Herb Jones was busting his ass. He was biting on his shots. It was a bad game defensively for him. I don't know what he finished with. I don't know what he finished offensively, but that was a bad game. Like, there were moments where he would switch off to BI or was it Zion sometimes? I forget, but I was just like, why the hell is it? I was definitely frustrated last game for sure, bro. I was definitely frustrated last game. It's Friday night. Thanksgiving was yesterday. Great stuff there. But that's going to do it, with y'all. You know, I know it's late night. You know, go enjoy it. I'm gonna get a quick little workout. Hopefully hit the gym. I'm trying to hoop, but probably not. It's already damn near 9. You know, 24-hour fitness is not 24-hour fitness no more, which is sad. And we're paying all this money to be 24-hour fitness, and it's like 9-hour fitness. But that's just how I think. I mean, it's tough. But I appreciate you guys. And again, make sure you guys hit the like button. Helps us out a lot. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Tuesday against the Warriors, we'll be rocking for sure. Is that the next game? Let me see. Yeah, it is. Tuesday. What a way to end the road trip. 3-0 end season tournament. 4-2 on the 6-game road trip. Next game's gonna be rocking, man. The Kings gonna be well rested. Let's get it. Again, 124 to 111. The Kings won today, 9-6, 5-5 away. They played 10 road games already. Solid start, bro. Let's be honest. This is a solid start. Understanding that De'Aaron Fox was injured for 5 games. It's part of it, y'all. But again, man, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Utah has 4 wins. Where does the fire start begin with them? Yeah, Laurie would be amazing, but no, they're not gonna trade him. He is Utah. Like, he fits Utah without saying directly what I mean by that. Like, he fits Utah. But yes, thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.